If you have not heard about this concept, then you will need some time to understand this. Now you must have seen various websites where you have a section for products, you have a section for, let us say, users. Now this user section is used by the department of the company, by one department of the company. Products section is managed by another department of the company. So basically you have a website in which you have partitioned your website into two different websites. We can think of it like that if you have one website and in it you want to create separate websites without creating a different subdomain or without taking a different domain, you are having two different purposes in the same website. For that you will use the concept of areas to partition them, to partition your website into two manageable areas where different teams of developers can work. But when it will run in the same domain or the same subdomain, whatever you have kept. So let us now explain this concept of areas. Like if I have a website, and I'll explain how I can partition that website into products and users areas, and how we can use a navigation so that when somebody wants to reach a page of the products area, how will he reach? And if he wants to reach a page of the users area, how will he reach? This is what we are going to discuss today. Now I have created a project for you. This is a basic project. Nothing is inside it except the usual pages folder. This is the usual pages folder containing only the index.cshtml page. This page only has a message, common home page, say login page. No change has been made. Of course, these add tag helpers and add model, these are the customary directives that you will need at the top of every page. Where we will be interested in using tag helpers, we will use this one. This index model is for referencing your index model backing class. This class you already know. And apart from this, I have made no other change. The starter file is as such, program.cs file is as such. Now my interest is in creating two areas in this website. So how do I do it practically? Then I will show how we can navigate to them. Come to your modular folder and right click it, add a new folder, and let us call the name of this folder must be areas. Now this area's name must be maintained. The name is important. And now to this areas folder, I will create a subfolder called products, because products is the area that I want to create. This folder is called the areas folder, and in it I will go and add a new folder and give it the name products. And if I want to add another area, I will give it the name users. So theoretically I have divided my website into two areas. These are the two areas, and apart from these two areas, these are the two areas that I have created just now. Apart from these two areas, there is a file in the global area. So we have three areas basically. One global area, the root of the website, and two areas that we have artificially created. Inside this products folder, I will create a whole chain of pages, the same chain as it exists in the root of this website. This is the root of the website. There we have a chain of pages folder. The same chain will be required in products also and in users also, because we are after all creating two different more websites in the same website. We are nesting websites. For this I will come to the products folder once again and add a new folder and I will give it a name, pages. This name is again, pages name is again reserved. It must be of the same spellings. To users also I will add new folder and give it a name called pages. Pages, pages and pages. Now inside each pages I'll add a razor page. I'll add a razor page, empty razor page I am adding, index, keeping the name index so that I can reach it easily, and click add. Pages has a folder called index, and here also I'll repeat the same thing. Add a new item and give it index.csh. This is a razor page being added once again. Now you can see that I have a hierarchy: products, pages, everything, users, pages, everything, and pages, everything. Now our objective is to add navigation. So let us see how we can add. I'll fold it this way. This is for the ASP tag helpers, and I'll be using tag helpers only. For this I will write a, this is the tag helper, ASP area. I want to go to users area, and ASP page is equal to index. I will say go to users index. This ASP area is a new addition. If this is not there and only I write ASP page index, then it will go to the index page of the same area. Since this page is now located in the global area, if I don't add this, then ASP.NET Core will bring you to the index page of the same area, so it will bring it to itself. This area that we have added is actually the important part. Now I will come to my users here, and I will write some h1 so that I know that I have actually reached here. Users index. I'll write it like this, and similarly I'll do for the users product also. Products index. Let me now run the project to show you that we are indeed able to navigate to our users index. And similarly, if I'll copy this and if I use area for products, this will take me to the products area. Now let me run this project to see that we indeed succeed in running it like this. Debug, start debugging. And when I run this, I reach this users index and products index. These are the two links that we created. And if you see here, users index, it indeed creates a users slash users. This will take me to the users area. Click here, users index, click back, products index. So this is how it is working, and the trick lies in using this ASP area equal to users. So wherever you want to come back to this area, you will be using this ASP area. But if I have another page in this area, products area, if I have another page, let me add another page, new item, razor page, and I'll call it index 1. Okay, I'll keep it index 1, add. I'll close everything, close all tabs, and I'll open only this index and this index 1 of the products, and I will write a message here, index 1 of products. The purpose of writing this is that I will now show you that if I use that tag here, now you must have noticed that we don't have a tag helper here. I will bring that tag helper also. I will copy it, copy, and bring it to my. So the purpose is again, wait, I'll come to the root, because this is in the, I have add tag helper. I usually copy it. It's difficult for me to remember, so I have pasted it here. Now I will add that tag helper ASP page is equal to index 1, index 1 of products. Let me make it clear once again. This is the index page of the products. This is the index 1 page of the same area. If I want to go to another page of the same area, then I do not have to write ASP area. This attribute is not to be set. It is not required. It is automatically implied that you are moving to the same area. Let us now run this project to verify this also. Debug, start debugging. And let me, this is the program that I have run. I'll go to the products index. I am at the products index page, and now here I'll click this index 1, and I will verify that without writing the ASP area I'll be able to navigate. So look, I am able to navigate. This is all about the areas. And now I'll tell you one more thing, that your pages folder, it can contain its own view imports file also. Users pages folder can contain its own view imports file. So it is like now that you can have the whole tree here. This is a totally independent area. This is a totally independent area. So this is how it all works. You should try doing this. This is a very handy feature, I'll tell you, and it is very easy in case of Razor pages. In case of MVC, you had to struggle with a bit of roots also. But here you have to do nothing. It automatically gets wired up. So thanks for watching this video. Thank you.